Oh yeah, something I left out, right, is that we're self-motivators. Pisces are self-motivators apart from being lazy. So like I said, we'll speed through things and learn new stuff because we're interested in learning a lot. So, we'll motivate ourselves to do that without anybody around. But then it's like, okay, now we know all of this great stuff and we go outside and people are still doing things from 1982 and stuff. So we just like, we get bored. Like, I just store that in a vault. We have great memories. Store that in a vault, and that's unless you're a binge drinker. All right. Anyway, where was I? Paying your rent. Yeah, like we could probably dig in our vaults and say, well, tell ourselves we're more than likely not going to express it to you. Like, remember I paid your motherfucking rent though twice. Like we won't. We're far removed from doing that. However, we'll remember it and just be like, you know what? And see, that's how we get to know people. We get to call people on their own stuff because we get to call people full of shit. It's just we'll keep it to ourselves and be like, you know what? You said tu casa, mi casa, your food, my food, and all that. Now look at you. Now look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really mean that. So yeah, we'll call you on your stuff probably through action. Like we have pretty sneaky tactics, so we'll subtly do it and be like, do you really mean that? Let me go get another can of corn and just see where your heart is at. All right, where was I? Irresponsible. Young Pisces, no doubt. Young Pisces is highly irresponsible, and even mature Pisces has a tendency to splurge. Um, it's consequential when you want when we're mature, when Pisces are more mature, when they do splurge, it comes from a sense of being deprived too long. And I don't mean from other people depriving us. I mean a sense of self-deprivation. Like we're just finally we'll get up in a bad mood because we are mood swingers, right? So we may just get up one day in a bad mood and hopefully we're alone and we're just like, you know what? I know what can help this. I'm going to go buy a shirt. I'm going to go get me a shirt. There's room in the closet. I only got like 6 or 7. I keep them clean though. You know what I'm saying? However, I can use a new shirt. When's the last time I really went and bought me a shirt? Now, it could be something that small. It could be something huge like a new iPad. You know what I'm saying? We do love our tech. I'm just saying we have to treat ourselves to something because we will finally wake up and say, you know what, I don't do enough for myself. Because like I said, we're better givers than takers. Even if we're not physically giving you material items or cash and things that you think are good for you, we're probably behind the scenes designing some dope ass structures and things that have saved the world. Might not come into fruition until 2020, 2018, hopefully, or something like that. I'm just giving you, this is true talk, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the dark Pisces being irresponsible, yeah, and then, like I said, like I don't think this has anything to do with darkness. I think it has something to do with learning, and I think it's consequences that happen to the Pisces after they experience their actions that they say to themselves, okay, in order for me to advance into the next phase, I have to refrain from doing that. At least start small and refrain from doing that, and as much as I possibly can. You know what I mean? And whether you perceive it as being dark or as being light, that's up to you. Like I think people who say certain traits are dark, it's just that their actions and behaviors didn't go well with you. You know how things don't go people's way, and it's just like, that person's an idiot, or that person's negative, that person's dark. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's truth to it, to an extent though. Sometimes it's just a person learning. Okay, I told you I was gonna come into defense. I'm just giving you, this is true talk though. Pisces will, I know you can relate. Imprisons his chicks. Well, the way this was put out there was basically a dude dealing with his women, right? So I'd say this, right? Deep in the back of Pisces' mind, now I'm about to give you some real game, right? There is a level of, that's my bitch. All right, don't take offense. There is that notion. It's way, way back there though. So you may notice that you find a difficult time really realizing if a Pisces likes you or not and stuff like that. Like we will swim in all types of directions before we even say that we like you, or we won't let you even think that you could marry us or something like that. And it's in the back of our mind, we may have this notion that you are our bitch. It's just this. This is what we know. That we are so self motivated and ambitious and like I said, this is mature Pisces and focus on what we want to do in life that we know spending too much time focusing on you and what you're doing and how you're doing it and who you're doing with is gonna deter us from doing what we have to do. You understand what I'm talking about? So we will refrain from chasing you around or giving you everything that you want. We're aware of the things that would make you feel nice and the things that you would want. We also know that there's this thing called discipline in life, and we have it to an extent, right? So let's say you seek attention. You know, a girl seeks attention a lot. This and that. We'll let you go dance around and go fuck with any dude you want. And we may really like you, yo. We may not have told you how much we like you. We may really like you and like really want to spend more time with you than we're already spending. However, we know that you might not be the one. You know what I mean? And it's not even about the one with Pisces. I hate to break y'all hearts, right? It may not even be the one with Pisces. It's just the experience that we seek. You know what I'm saying? It's the desire. It's the moments that happen in between a lot of the time that we're looking for. You know what I mean? We don't necessarily look to be caught up. We're fishes. We don't want to be. If we're caught, we want you to understand that you got a certain amount of time with us to put us back in the water. You're not going to eat us. You got some time to spend with us, put us back in the water, because you know we can't spend too much time out of there, and let us go back. We can swim. I mean, we know where you are. We got GPS. We know where you are. We know how to find you. Trust me, we know how to do that. All right. So yes, I will agree that imprisoning the chicks is only mental. It's only mental because we know once you put us back in the water, we're gonna be on your mind. You can be sleeping next to your man, the new guy who came along because we didn't make the move to keep you, and you're still gonna be thinking about us. We're gonna be the one who got away. We're always the catch. We are always the catch 22. Let you find a Pisces whose birthday adds up to the number 22. Oh my. We will always be the catch. All right, and that's just the way it goes. When in prison, you mentally, spiritually, we gonna have you fucking locked. Physically, we know how to let you go. Mature Pisces knows how to let you go. Younger Pisces is gonna have a tougher time letting you go because we feel like you're an investment. Pisces, as I said, we're better givers. We know how to invest. Mature Pisces is gonna know when you're duping us and when you're a good investment. We're gonna pick up on that and we'll build on that. And if we think that it's not going according to what's good for you and for me, then we're gonna step away. We're gonna swim away, and you know it's up to you to get the bait. It's up to you to wear the dress with no panties and get us back out there. All right, I'm going too far. All right, you get what I'm talking about. What's next? This person had a lot to say, right? Dark Pisces, perfectionist. Perfectionist, unreasonable, and hard to please. This goes in relationships as well. Pisces men, if you're listening to this and you are like that, stay that way. Don't change. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because, like I said, certain things people see this dark. Certain things are for you. So when a woman meets a Pisces that is a perfectionist, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm like one of those people. I got a lot of Virgo spread all over my chart. Now y'all know some things about me. I'm just saying, like, I am a perfectionist. All right, and if things aren't perfected yet, I'm on my way. Like, I'm working on it right now. Right. As soon as I stop the video, I'm working on something, I'm perfecting, right? So what this does is it boosts the confidence of the women that we deal with. Eventually, you're gonna get it to your skull, like, you know what? This guy he's fun. I could tell he has the potential to give. I could tell he has the potential to love and give me what I want. It's just that he's pretty sharp though. And he probably knows that if he goes back and sharpen his knife, that it's gonna make me go and sharpen my knife. And I'm telling you, this is how we think. You know what I'm saying? Whether a woman picks up on this or thinks we're special enough to even go do that, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? Because lo and behold, you may not know this, but some women actually motivate us because we're so original and authentic as we mature. Like I said, that anything we're more receptible to women as we mature than we are to men because we don't like doing trends. The majority of men, they will follow a trend. They'll say, okay, this is works, so I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm going to play basketball because my whole hood is playing basketball. Like in mature Pisces, it just be like everybody's going left. If I'm good at something going right, I'm gonna go right. It's gonna click soon. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we are perfectionists, and you might not ever be able to nail us and say that you will marry a Pisces. Deal with it. Move on if you have to. Move on. I'm telling you, ladies, move on if you believe deep down in your heart that it's going to happen, and yet you keep getting bruised and beat up because it's not happening quick enough. Leave. You gonna leave a motherfucker that you actually like just because you can't keep them all to yourself? Or would you finally tell yourself, you know what, it's probably just worth knowing this guy for whatever amount of time I can get to know him? That's your decision, ladies. I'm not going to tell you how to handle that. Hypercritical, pretty much, yeah. And we're highly observable, like we're observant. We watch things, especially before we engage, before we interact. We want to know what's going on. We want to know who you are, where you're from, this, that, and the third. And like I said, the curiosity never leaves. So we may go into a place that's totally unknown and still be observant and be watching around and picking up on things. You don't have to say a word to us sometimes, and we understand completely. Like we're damn near really reading your mind. So we could look at something as your body movements and not so much be focused on hypercritical about the way you move, but what makes you move that way. Why is this person moving that way? Like, if you know young Pisces, if we've been around drugs and stuff, we know if you're on a drug, we know if you're on a Percocet, we know a lot about you. All right, this is something you gotta deal with. Is it be hypercritical? Yes. All you gotta do is engage in debate. We love debates. So just present your evidence and let's do it. You know what I mean? It's healthy. It's therapeutic. Scared to get sick. Hypochondriac. Yes. We can definitely hear about something and be like, oh shit. Like that's why my fucking chest was hurting the other day. Like we are definitely hypochondriacs. But there's a good side to that. It's not so. If you think that's dark, I mean, damn. What do you think is bright? Because let me tell you, that like mature Pisces who can make the transition from the dark side to the bright side is going to tell themselves, listen, let me go research what I can do to protect myself from that happening. And 9 times out of 10, a Piscean is doing that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? There can be times that some Pisces don't even adhere to health pull-ups and stuff like that. Like I've seen it, you know what I mean? And it could be, it's sad. It's sad with anybody that you see suffer from any type of ailment. I don't think this is really just a Pisces thing. I think this is just a Pisces know that once you become aware of something that is detrimental to your health and you go back on it, like you ignore it, we know what that does to the soul. It's not even really about the family and the people involved. We know what that does to your soul. You're doing your soul a disservice. So hypochondriac, yes. Always sick and all that, no. Depends on, some Pisces are health nuts. Crazy. Spend long periods of time in jail, mental illness. Well, yes. Dangerous Pisces, most of the time in the younger years, will be back and forth to jail or spend long periods of times in jail. Absolutely, that's true. Mental illness, yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm not afraid to say yeah because there's a such thing as mental illness. I think there's a lot of people running around in society, and right now it sounds like I'm passing the blame, right? I just want to say, like, this is just not a Piscean thing. Like, I hear this all the time about Pisces, right? And I got to tell you, because I've spent time on both sides of the mental health field, experiencing it and tutoring it. I've tutored people in psychology, all right? So I've also been on the other side, diagnosed with a mood disorder, right? So I know how to observe and analyze the